Each of the views that you display on the screen has a getChildLayoutParams method that returns a layout_params object by reference, and basically inside of that object you configure various layout parameters. Now, for the most part, we've been specifying our layout parameters for each view in the layout XML files. But remember, the bearing frame layout is created programmatically and then added into the view hierarchy. So because we're creating our new customized frame layout, we override the getChildLayoutParams method, and we're going to be using this specifically to indicate the width and the height of our bearing frame layout. And we want the width and height of this layout to make sure that it fills the screen with the map at all times. So the way we're going to do that is we create a local display variable, and a display object contains information about the device's screen display. Things like its refresh rate, its current orientation, the width and height of the screen, and other information as well. And to get that, we're going to go to our current context, which is of course our activity. We're going to get its window manager, and then that class has a getDefaultDisplay method which returns a display object representing the information about the device's display. We then obtain the width and height of that display, and we create our scale variable, which again we're going to be using to ensure that the map always fills the screen even while it's rotating. And the reason that's important is the map tiles are actually rectangles that fit the screen. So if you rotate a rectangle on its center point on the screen, while it's rotating, in the corners you would get blank spots. So what we're going to do is we're going to scale the size of this bearing frame layout, and thus the map contained inside of it, so that it matches the diagonal of the screen, and that way as we rotate the rectangle towards the current bearing, it ensures that the corners on the screen still have parts of the map being displayed instead of just gray areas. So we create our scale value, and then we return a new layout params object setting the width and height of this bearing frame layout to match that scale value.